In today's video, I'm going to share with you all my biggest secrets on how to build more authority in your online presence. Because showing up as an expert and having your audience see you as an expert are the keys to getting paid every single month. And it's my guess that you want to be attracting consistent inquiries to your business so you can start earning some predictable income. If so, then keep watching. Hi, I'm Grace. Welcome to my channel. This channel is for freelancers, online business owners, and entrepreneurs who are looking to build a profitable online business so you can become a full-time digital nomad and live your best life working from wherever you want in the world. Every week, I'm going to be sharing with you the inside scoop on how you can start earning amazing money working from your laptop anywhere you want in the world. So, why is it so important to show up as an authority in your niche? Well, it's my guess that you want people to be approaching you, asking to work with you, right? Because this is going to give you so much confidence in your business. But the reality is, when you're in the early stages, when you're still building up your online presence, you're having to actually go out there and do a bit of cold outreach, pitch yourself to people, spend a lot of time networking. And don't get me wrong, this is an amazing strategy, but this strategy uses up a lot of your time, energy, and effort. Now, imagine for a moment that you could push out content, you could show up online and actually have people approaching you, people asking if you have space to take them on as a client. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my best tips on how you can start making this a reality as quickly as possible so that you can show your authority in the online space, so that you can be seen as an expert within your niche and have people reaching out, asking about your services. Because when your audience sees you as an authority, this is when you are able to generate inbound leads to your business, which means people approaching you, asking to work with you. And this is the best way for you to sign clients because A, it's going to really give you confidence that people see your value and that your services are really needed and wanted. And secondly, it's going to give you the confidence to raise your rates when you have people continuously coming to you asking about your services. When you're booked out with clients, this is when you have the confidence to raise your rates, knowing that you constantly have inquiries coming into your business. So without any further ado, let's dive straight into the points. So, point number one, you need to cultivate an unstoppable CEO mindset so that you believe that you are an expert, aka you are confident as fuck. So, I know it's really easy to think that you can only develop that level of confidence when you're 5 years into your business, when you have 10K followers, when you have a certain amount of money coming in every single month. But you get to decide today whether you see yourself as an expert. And my guess is that you're going out there and talking about your services and offering services because you know you're really fucking good at what you do. And if that is the case, then you need to decide, do you know what? You have exactly what it takes to go out there and ask for the money that you want, knowing that your ideal clients will pay. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter where you're at in your journey, whether you're a beginner, whether you have 2 years of experience, 5 years of experience, you have to decide today that your services are worth exactly what you want to charge for them. You have to believe that you are the best from today. Because your confidence in your abilities will come across in the way that you show up online. And if you believe that people really need your services, then people are going to see that in the way that you show up. Whereas if you lack confidence in the way that you show up, it's not going to give your audience confidence that you can really help them to deliver the results that they want. Now, I know when you're new in the online space and you're putting yourself out there, it's really easy to compare yourself to people, especially people who are way further ahead than you in their journey. But you need to remember that your only competition is yourself. The only person you're competing with is the person that you are and the person you were yesterday. You need to focus on making sure that only you, nobody else, is moving forward that 1% every single day. Now, my guess is you picked a niche because you are really passionate about helping these people and you know you can help these people. So harness that passion and the reason why you're really doing this. So here are some of my top tips so that you can start cultivating that unstoppable CEO mindset from today. I want you to go away and brainstorm all your top qualities and skills and the reasons why you are really qualified to help the people that you do and that you want to. Now, this is really going to help you get clarity on your unique selling point so you can start attracting clients who value you specifically and what you bring to the table. Also, go away and create some affirmations. Affirmations are amazing for rewiring your brain to make it believe whatever you want to tell it. Go away and say to yourself in the mirror every single day, I am an absolute expert at what I do and I am amazing. The more you say this to yourself, the more your brain starts to believe it. And this is really going to shift your energy in the way you show up online for your audience. Now, point 2 is to make sure that you know your niche inside out. So this is who you help and how you help them. Now, the reason why it's so important to have absolute clarity on your niche is so that you can actually be seen as an expert by your audience. Now, let's imagine for a moment you have a really broad niche. Let's look at an example of a really vague, what I would call a weak niche. I help women gain confidence. Now, why is this what I would call a bad niche? Well, women covers about 50% of the population, so that is very, very broad. Gain confidence. Gain confidence in what exactly? So let's take that similar example and just create a random example to show you how being more specific is going to really help you. I help millennial women to create unshakable confidence in their public speaking so they can get more visible to their target audience and increase their sales. Now, the reason why this is a lot better is because it's way more specific. Millennial women. This covers a period of about 15 years specifically within women. To create unshakable confidence with public speaking. You are being very clear what that gained confidence is helping them with specifically. Public speaking, that's very niche. How is increasing the confidence in their public speaking going to help? It's going to help them get more visible to their audience and increase their sales. 2 things that they want. They want to gain confidence in the public speaking so that they can generate more income to their business. So targeting a niche allows you to then create very specific content that, as we said, not only paints you as an authority, but it allows you to really speak directly to the deeper thoughts, the deeper fears and feelings of your ideal client. And what this is going to do is it's going to build relatability and connection and trust. And people buy from people who they trust. Okay, so point 3, in order to be seen as an authority online, is to share your opinion and not be afraid to share it. Now, why is this going to show you up as an authority? Well, when you are not afraid to really share your honest, authentic, bold opinion, it shows confidence. Because when you put yourself out there to the online world, of course, there is potential for backlash. People are going to criticize you, reject you, potentially unfollow you, potentially judge you. All of these fears are completely valid. Now, you need to work on your mindset so that you can dampen these little voices in your mind that might hold you back from really being your most authentic self. But when you have the confidence to speak up and share your opinion, it does just that. It shows confidence. And people like confident people. People buy from people who are confident because it sends this subliminal message that you're also very confident in your services. And that in turn is going to give them confidence that you can help them deliver the results that they really want. And there is the other point that there are so many people out there running online businesses. Now, I don't believe there is any such thing as competition because you are a completely unique and magical individual. However, there is a lot of content being pushed out every single day on social media and you need a way to stand out. And one of the quickest ways to actually stand out is to have a bold, ballsy opinion. It's to not be afraid to speak your mind. It's to be a little controversial and polarizing and not be afraid to ruffle feathers. Now, you might be sitting there telling yourself, but listen, that's just not me. I just don't feel confident to do that. You need to find a way to bring yourself out of this shell slowly by surely. Maybe it's not a really controversial opinion, but it has to be an opinion. You don't want to sit on the fence because then you just blend in with every other wallflower out there. You need a way to have your voice heard in a way that makes your audience prick up their ears and take note of what you are saying. And not to mention, when you share your opinion online, it invites your audience to actually engage in a conversation with you. It invites them to share their opinion, to share their thoughts, and it creates a dialogue which creates connection. Now, don't forget, You are building a community only of ideal clients. Not everybody is going to agree with your opinion, but your ideal clients, I'm guessing, will value your honesty, your transparency. So by speaking your mind, they are going to value you more as a person and a business, and this is going to make them feel more connected to you as well. So here's one of my top tips. Think about some things that you see in the online world or in your niche that you don't necessarily agree with. It doesn't have to be a really controversial point. Maybe it's that you're a brand strategist and you see everywhere people telling you that in order to have a successful business, you need a logo, but you know that you don't need a logo. So you go out there and you write a post about, here are 3 reasons why you don't need a logo in order to have a successful business. So it's little things like this that you are helping people see that you're happy to go against the grain. You're happy to share your voice if it means standing up for what you believe in. Okay, point number 4, if you want to build authority in your online presence, is to tell stories and be vulnerable. Now, you've probably heard the phrase over and over that people buy from people, but it is so true. Telling stories allows your audience to really connect with you on a deeper level, because when you are sharing from the past, your thoughts, your feelings, your struggles, hurdles that you've overcome, thoughts that you've had in the past, thoughts that maybe you have currently, these are stories that they're going to connect to. Showing your vulnerability, being open about how you feel, being open about how you felt in the past in certain situations. Now, no one's a robot, and that picture perfect influencer life just doesn't exist anymore, and people don't believe it because we all know that human beings are naturally emotional beings. Pretending that you're a robot who doesn't feel anything, who never experiences any of life's problems or struggles, is just not realistic and it's not authentic. Feel comfortable to be open with your emotions and your feelings, because chances are people in your audience will have gone through a very similar struggle to you, and they will then feel very connected to you when you feel open expressing yourself, when you are happy to share the struggles that you've gone through, the pain you've experienced in the past. Vulnerability is the key to building trust and connection with your audience. This makes you a relatable person. This builds the trust, and trust is when they buy. Now listen, I understand how scary it can feel being very vulnerable with your audience. You might be building these connections, but these are not people that you know on a personal level. So you might not feel totally comfortable to go out there and share everything about your past. That's okay. It is a work in progress, but I advise you to start small. Think about some of the hurdles that you've overcome in life. Think about some things that you're really passionate about. So maybe this is that you've been on a fitness journey. Maybe it's that you're really passionate about mental health because you've overcome burnout yourself. Think about situations in life where you've experienced some hardship, but where you've overcome it as well. Because chances are, again, the story that you share, hardships that your audience have also overcome. And I want to relate something to you right now. So let's pretend, when you're dating and you really want to build a connection with someone. So after a while, you start being emotionally available to them. You start sharing your fears, your stories, and this makes you feel a lot more connected to someone. Now, if you don't share your stories, your content only ever stays on a superficial level. And while people will still see your value by seeing this type of content, they're never going to feel really deeply connected to you. And so this is going to make it harder for you to build that trust, to build that connection with your audience. If your content stays superficial, so does your audience's emotional involvement in your brand. So here's your top tip. I want you to take some time to think about what has led you to this very moment in your life today. Think about what you've overcome in the past, any hardships and struggles that you've encountered, any hurdles you've had to overcome. Brainstorm your story over the last few years and think about how your stories relate to the lives of your ideal client. What similar stories do they have to you? What similar feelings do they have to you? Find common ground between both of your stories and work on telling them in a way that they really connect with. Point 5, to be seen as an authority online, is to weave your values into your content and your online presence. This era has a completely new way of selling. Gone are the days of cold pictures and essays on sales pages telling people all about your business and what you do. People buy into people. People are buying into you. So maybe you're listening to this and saying, I have no idea what values are. So let me give you a very quick explanation. So values can be described as rules that you live your life by. So the things that really motivate you most in life, the things that drive most of your decisions. So some examples of core values are freedom, fun, respect, laughter, kindness, honesty, things like this. Now, by weaving into your content the values that are most important to you in life, you start attracting an audience of ideal clients who value the same things as you. And this is when they feel more connected to you, when you not only value the same things, but you value those things in the same way as well. This means that you are going to be attracting aligned clients to your brand, and these are the dream clients that you want to work with and who want to work with you. Think of it as like a Romeo and Juliet love match. Now, I want to be honest for a moment and talk about a big mistake that I see a lot of people leading with, and this is where they write value-less, emotionless content. Now, this content is only going to get you so far online because any of this content can be found on Google. It gives your audience no insight into you, your brand, what you're like as a person. You want to think whenever you are putting your content out there online to really be seen as an authority to your audience, inject all of that personality, the person that you want your audience to see, show up in that way. The feelings that you want your audience to feel when they read your content, infuse all of that into the written word when you are writing your content. Now, I completely get that you might think I'm a bit scared to lead with values-based content in case it scares people off, in case it loses me followers. But the most important thing to note here is that you only want to attract people to your brand who love you. Therefore, these are going to be people who really resonate with your values, right? And even if they don't necessarily agree with everything you say, they are going to respect you for your honesty. So here's a top tip. I want you to go away and think about 5 to 10 of your core life values that you live by in your everyday life, and think about how you can really start infusing these into your content. Point 6 to building authority online is to not be afraid to sell your services. Now, without stating the obvious, if you want to make sales, sign clients, and run a profitable business, you need to make money. And in order to make money, you have to sell your services. If you don't sell your services, your audience might never fully know exactly how they can buy from you. Listen, I completely understand the fear that comes with selling online, especially if you've never had to do it before in a previous job, not wanting to come across as really salesy. And so what you do is you focus on giving all of this value in the hope that people will just drop into your DMs asking to work with you. And this is what we're getting to here, right? This is how I'm helping you. This is the core of how my services actually really help all of my clients, is to generate these inquiries directly to your business. But when you're starting out in your online presence, when you don't have much content out there, you need to show people from the offset that you are an authority. First of all, as we said, it comes with believing that you're an authority. But selling your services, which is something most people can't bring themselves to do, shows people that you have the confidence in the services that you deliver. And that itself shows people that you are an expert and an authority at what you do. Now, I don't want to scare you with any stats here, but the majority of small businesses do fail within the first 5 years. And I don't want you to be one of those businesses. Now, if you have this fear to go out there and sell yourself, you are not going to make money, or you're going to make money very slowly. And if the making money happens too slowly, what's going to happen likely is that you will give up on your business before you see the true success that you really, really desire. If you want to make money in your business and have a profitable online business, you need to sell from day one. You need to go out there and have the balls and the confidence in exactly what you offer, knowing that it is so valuable to your clients, they would be silly not to take it. But I'm going to say there is no one right way to sell. So I want you to go out there and first of all, think about what feels good to you. What is the best way for you to sell, to talk about your services? But if you are not entirely sure what that is, do some observing online on social media. Find some accounts that you really like. Find some accounts where you really love the authentic way that they are able to sell their services. And use this as a starting point for how you can implement a similar kind of strategy into your own business that will give you the confidence to go out there and start talking about your services. As you then start getting more inquiries and signing more clients, naturally your confidence is going to build anyway. And the seventh and final point to building your authority online is to share client wins and testimonials. Now, especially when you're starting out, leveraging your past client wins and testimonials is a really great way to build trust with your audience. Because if people are parting with their money, if they are investing into your services, they want some guarantee on the kind of returns that they're going to get, on the kind of results that you're going to help them achieve. Now, I understand that when you're starting out, you might not have that many client testimonials. Now, first of all, I want to say, these don't only have to be paid clients. Any clients that you have helped for free, these are still results that count. So think about any clients in the past, whether it's in your freelance business or even if you are in a job right now and you have been working with a client portfolio in your 9 to 5 and you can go and get some testimonials from the clients you've been working with. Start collating all of the testimonials, send out some Google forms to get client feedback. If you work with your clients and you deliver tech support, start screenshotting the tech support from your phone and start collating it into a Google folder so that you have easy access on demand to all of these results that you're going to be sharing online. Now, the reason why sharing client wins and testimonials is going to help you more quickly is because people trust when previous people have invested into your services. So nobody wants to take a risk that they're going to invest money and potentially lose it. So by you sharing the past results that you have helped past clients achieve, it gives your audience confidence that you can also help them achieve similar results. And this is going to give them more confidence to ultimately invest into your services, knowing that they are going to get a return on investment. So as a tip, as an action point, I want you to go and make a list of any clients that you've worked with in the past, whether free or paid. If you've got testimonials from these people, I want you to gather all of the information and put it into a file that's easily accessible for you. Maybe this is on your G Drive, or maybe this is in a folder on your phone. If you have already got feedback from these people, I want you to collate it, chop it down into bits that you can actually use in your content. So you can share a testimonial, type it up, make it look nice to show your audience the experience that one of your clients had with you. But also don't be afraid to share messy screenshots that have bits underlined on them and bits circled, because this is also really authentic, real-time feedback. And lastly, you can also create a post that's around a client case study, taking your audience on a journey. This doesn't necessarily need to include screenshots. Write a post showing your audience how you got your client from point A to point B and show them how your services really help them get there. So there are my 7 tips to help you start building more authority online, because building authority is the quickest way for you to be seen as a credible leader by your audience and to start bringing consistent income into your business. Follow these tips and you will be signing clients into your business in no time at all. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and keep your eyes peeled for my next video dropping next week.